Actually, I'm with coffee and Klondike with my little baby girl. My little baby girl.
Your apple dumpling.
Yeah, let me get a hit of my coffee. She's going to have some Klondike.
It's birthday cake creamer for your birthday. I got birthday cake creamer.
Oh, she's got the creamer all frothed up in here. I'm going to tell you a little family story. It's not a story. It's just a little Kemp mention about Nakita's daddy. My birthday today, we were discussing how Evan stole Kemp's move, which the old, you should have seen
what I was
almost on you for your birthday. Now Evan uses it on people.
Next, he's gonna do the card shake. Where you you guys will
that
pull the
came
card
from
out.
my grandfather. Yep. He'd say, you take when you open your card, you go shake it out. He wants you to shake.
You wouldn't even read the card first.
Don't read
it.
And
just flick it out, and then if anything fell out, you're like, you don't even look at the card. You're moved on to your next thing.
Nakita, for anybody that doesn't know, is my little baby niece. Who she's not one of those nieces that you see at Christmas and Easter, you know. She's been hanging around. Feels like she's about 60, but she's only what, 35?
35.
35.
Yeah. Got to think about that. That's how you know you're old.
And she's going to tell us some coffee talk stories today. Evan probably heard these, huh?
I don't know if he's heard them all. He's probably there for some of them.
These are some of her abusive childhood.
Yeah. He's heard the lore. He's heard the lore of the stories, I'm sure, because Josh has his versions, Chris has his versions, Nakita has her versions.
Yeah, I'm sure the story you tell today, I'll have some. I saw something different in it. Like I'm like, nah.
There's like, when I watch all these, I laugh because it's like all these old stories, right? And everyone's like, oh, I've known Scott for so long. Like Steve, whenever he was like, I think we started hanging out like 2001, and I'm like, I knew Steve. I'm like, I've known Steve since I was 10. And then I go down the list and I got a list, and I'm like, well, I think I win because I've got 35 years. Have you done anyone with 35 years yet?
No. You're gonna be you're one of my longest friends.
Well, yeah.
Chris Cook.
I think you're probably my second longest friend.
Bill Hawhe's one of my longest friends.
Bill Hawhe's one of my longest friends.
I've known Bill Hawhe since like kindergarten era, like Cub Scouts.
Oh yeah. And his mom and dad are
It was
friends.
Kemp and Jay. It was always Kemp and Jay were my go-to long-termers, you know.
Hey.
Dave Stevenson.
Dave Stevenson. I was just going to say, hey, if anyone can fill it in, it's going to be Nakita, Minnie Kemp, and Dave Stevenson, J1B. That's two of us. That's our roles.
So I was thinking maybe you could tell Evan this story about all the fellas that you told me last night.
Oh my God. There was this like funny little thing that Scott used to do, like when I'd go to dances or like I'd go to everything, and he'd be like, I'm looking in the windows, I'm going to come see you beforehand, I want to make sure everything's okay, I want to make sure you're dressed right. So it's junior prom. No, it was senior prom, because I was wearing like a big white dress and it was beautiful, and we actually had Lane's funeral the next day. So you guys were all coming because you and Dad were trying to plan out because somebody had to drive Grandma to the funeral. And at my house was Duke, George Harvey, and Incle Scott, and Zumbrell, I believe. Zumbrell came to everything too. And so all my prom pictures, I'm hugging all these guys. Like they're all like in these, and we're all like having a time of our lives. Like it's nothing to me. This is how your whole life has been as well. I'm sure it's not abnormal to see a neck tattoo on a man. It's not abnormal my dad had 11 earrings. Like it wasn't like, well, I posted the pictures on Facebook, which then you had to be in college to have. So it was like everyone was excited. So everyone would go on Facebook the day after you posted your pictures. And it was so exciting. And I started getting all these text messages about like, is your dad in a gang? And I'm like, what? And they're like, are your family like Hell's Angels? And I'm like, where is that coming from? And they're like, do you not look at the people who are around you? And I'm like, just every day of my life. And they're like, Nakita, no wonder boys don't want to date you. And I'm like, oh, I guess the math does check out.
Scary.
And it's so funny because I was looking at them again last night because I have some of them still. And the one of George, it's just so funny because he's wearing, his Harley t-shirt, and he just looks like a proud like friend. Like he's so happy, and everyone's so happy for me.
Yeah, well, we were all happy. We were going to the prom.
Duke gave me like $20 and told me like don't do anything wrong. And Scott Cook gave me if you need a ride home, and he quizzes me on his phone number. Remember when you taught me that trick? I was like 13, and he made me no one memorizes phone numbers. I'm sure no one here knows numbers, but I could tell you Scott Cook's number forwards, backwards, every way, because he quizzed me. Said if you're ever in jail, if your friends ever get drunk and try to drive, or if you don't want your dad to find out.
Yeah, just call me.
Just call me. And you said, I might tell later, but I won't tell then. And I said, all right.
Get you through the night, you know?
Yeah, and I didn't use it often, but it was nice to know it was there.
I was that guy for Evan, too, sort of. I mean, sort of, that.
I was thinking about that today, and I was like, Hudson is just the new Evan, and Evan is just the new Nakita.
Right.
Where it's the middle of the truck bed, like when you're riding in the middle spot and the truck. Be trying between Scott and Kemp to termite jobs, but now it's like Evan's in the middle, and then it's going to be Hudson in between Evan and Scott. And
now Hudson's going to call Evan to not tell
exactly, because you're Rita now, so you can get mad, right. And Evan's going to be the get out of jail guy. Don't tell Pap. That's exactly it.
Literally
don't tell Pap. No, I tried to be that for Ava, but she's more fun than me. I was like, I'm going to bed. Don't call me.
I think my favorite story is the canoe story. Personally, that's just my personal. But I also like.
I would like to hear your side of it.
I got a version.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever really heard yours. I know I've heard my dad's, and I've heard Josh's, but Josh's is all really just pieces of what we've all said.
I'm going to start the story, and then you bring it home, because the story starts in West Newton, PA.
When you bought it?
No, when we launched into the river. And we were launching out into the river, and this hawk was circling overhead.
Oh.
And I go, oh, Kita.
I was freaked out.
I go, you got to watch with them glasses. Because she had glasses since she was a baby, you know. And I said, you got to watch with them glasses, because that hawk's attracted to glasses. It's going to fly down here, and it's going to try to get your glasses. It's going to end up pecking your eyes out.
So I'm 7. Peck your eyes out. I'm 7.
So you started crying.
Because I'm 7.
And your dad started getting mad at me, and I said, it was me, you, and your dad. And
Josh.
No, it was not Josh.
Josh was the one. Well, then this is a different canoe story I'm thinking of. There's 2. Because remember when Josh and I tipped over in the canoe and he had a mental breakdown and you were telling us stand up?
That was a whole different
The canoe, we used the canoe 3 times. It was, no kids were allowed to go up in the canoe after the 3rd time of everybody fell out and you guys were like, it's not worth it. We'll go without you.
This time, the hawk circled. I made you cry. Your dad got mad at me for making you cry. I was in the back. You were in the middle. Your dad was in the front.
Oh, I remember this trip.
And I said, you don't need to worry, Nakita. All you got to do is turn your glasses upside down. And I did. And I go,
it's repellent. You told me it's repellent.
It's a repellent to the hawks. Now, instead of being attracted, your dad started screaming about it.
And I just got new glasses because those were cool. Remember, they were like pink speckles. They looked like
I honestly can't say I remember them.
I do because they were pink. They were pink and they had purple speckles all over
30 years ago.
But I kept getting this lenses put back in those same frames because I loved them so much. It's like when you wear the same Halloween costume, but I just kept getting lenses put in the same glasses. But he was so mad because they were expensive. And you were like,
and he was saying she's going to lose her.
They're going to fall right off her face.
And he was telling you to turn them around.
And I wouldn't.
I'm not turning them around. What the hawk to get me? And as soon as you turned them around, here's a side note. The hawk flew away. So then you were convinced, like I had you reeled in then, that the hawk was all
nature backed you. The god of the yacht. God of the yacht backed you again. That's really funny. I remember
we came down the river on that trip. You went the whole way down with your glasses upside down, and I just smirked and laughed while your dad screamed at you the whole time.
They never
continuously, but he kept coming back to it. Put your glasses on, right?
They never fell off. Yes. No way, heck no.
But then, do you remember when I was in the back, and I told you we went through this little, like to the right of an island, when there was just a little
fake rough water.
Yeah, and I go, Kemp, pull your oar in. I'm going to use my oar like a rudder, and I'm going to rudder us right through this little channel, you know. So it wasn't working at all, and I rammed us into this tree that was hanging out over the water. The canoe, it tips to the side a little bit and starts taking on water. Nakita goes like this. Ah! And Kemp's going, get your glasses. Don't lose your glasses.
He was not concerned about anything except if your glasses fall in that freaking river, I'm killing everybody.
So you were losing it. Kemp was all concerned. So I step out of the canoe. The water's like this.
Because you could see the bottom of the rock. Like the rock that was sticking up, like you could see the whole rock. I didn't even, my mouth was not.
Okay, everybody quit crying. It's all going to be
just stand up. That's the famous line. Just stand up. Just stand up. Josh Cook, the canoe took on water because he was being a spaz, and it did a full turn, barrel roll, and Josh never got out of it. He just tucked in and did a full barrel and came up, and he was just like, I don't like this, and I want to go home. We were like, we're out. Lasted like 17 minutes. We were like, you can't just stop in the middle, Josh. We have to go to the end to get it back. I'm done. I don't like this, and I want to go home.
Look at you with those glasses upside down, your dad all.
And they were half my face. That's what's really funny is they weren't like little glasses. They were big.
But when you put glasses on upside down, they kind of go like this.
Yeah.
They won't stay right.
Oh yeah, it was so bad. So bad.
That's all part of your battered childhood. I mean,
yeah.
The time I'm thinking about was Moe's Pizza.
Are you talking about when I ate this? Like, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm saving you from CYS as we speak.
You think this is CYS? We play the quiet game, but I like to play it with her because she can't win. She just can't win, you know. So
the punishments got boring, so they made them spicy.
So the bet was at Moe's Pizza in the North Versailles, North Huntington line. We ordered a pizza because we were going by. Now we're sitting on the curb playing a quiet game, and I said the bet is whoever loses. There was this little piece of this chewed up end of a.
It was like a cigar.
Yeah, it was really gross. I go, whoever loses has to kiss that cigar. So as soon as the game starts, we're like 3 seconds in, and I go. She goes, yeah, I thought. And she starts talking, you know. So I go, all right, you go kiss the cigar now. Was it kiss it or lick it? Do you remember?
Kiss it.
Yeah.
And Kim Cook's like, no, you can't. And you were like, I didn't tell her. She just has to get a little kiss. Just get a kiss. She knew the rules. She talked. And I did it.
Well, now your dad says, you can't make her do that. And I said,
a bet's a bet. You can't walk on a
bet.
bet.
I said, a bet's a bet. If you're not going to honor the bet, then we're not betting anymore. The game's over. You know? She's like, oh, don't do it.
I kissed a shoe once. That's the one I'm thinking about is when I kissed the top of a shoe. You don't remember
this?
That. Oh, yeah. It was like a funky shoe in the back of the truck from probably doing some job or something. And you were like, you don't have to kiss the bottom of it. But you got to kiss this shoe if you lose.
Pesticide shoes.
It was so smelly. No, I think you were wearing your pesticide shoes. I think we just got back from a job. And I think you had like changed, like we were going somewhere. Because we were on 51 and there's no reason. It was whenever we lived in McKeesport. So there was no reason for that. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, I can do it. I can do it. I never won ever in my life.
I don't think one single game. What are the other stories you had you were telling me about? Was that last night? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was yesterday or last night. There was
there was another one.
No,
tell Skooterville about how I told you to handle the first day of kindergarten.
Oh. So I had never gone to like regular school before, and Uncle Scott and Dad, my 3 dads, were getting me off to school again, and I was nervous. I was freaking out.
This was like a whole week before.
But that's what I mean. I was freaking out.
Yeah,
like
we rehearsed it.
The panic had set in all of August. And so you kept telling me, you're fine. I got you. I'll show you. I'll teach you how to be cool, to be fine. I'm like, okay. So your big thing was you were like, what you got to do? You got to walk into the room. You look around. You said you look around. You look everybody in their eyes. And you make eye contact. You strut. You point at somebody. Lick your tongue and you just go and walk in. I did it. Kindergarten. Did it. Fully did it. Like now looking back, I'm like, all the moms there.
You owned it.
All the moms there were like, I hate her entire family, and I hope that my kids don't hang out with her. That same teacher I had, that was Miss Deemer.
Yeah, that was kindergarten. Miss Deemer. I was taking your dad was working night turn, so I was taking you to school.
A lot. And it was like a little like small school, so you walked in. Like you got back then there wasn't like the 9
you held my hand.
He walked me into school. Like it was
a daughter I never had.
And so I walked in and Uncle Scott's like, it's probably like 2 weeks of this at this point. You're like talking. I overheard everything. I still do. I can hear anything that anybody says about anybody 3 miles away. And I heard him tell somebody that, it might have been my dad, that Miss Deemer was hot. Like she's hot. And I was like, okay. And I didn't think anything of it. So the next day, Uncle Scott's walking me in, holding my hand. My pants are crooked. I'm all and I walked in. I just go, "Hey, Miss Deemer, my uncle thinks you're hot."
That was so embarrassing.
And not only did I do that, then everybody laughed about it, and Aunt Becky was there, getting so mad. It was like such a trick rolled up. And Grandma Rita was mad because you can't do that when you're dropping her off at school. Me and Uncle Scott thought it was funny. We thought we had the funniest time of our life. My dad didn't get mad.
Well, everybody always can get it.
First day, everybody thought in our family, and we did it to ourselves. Me and Josh thought we did it to ourselves.
This week, hey, good to see you.
Good to see you. I did it on the bus to Uncle Uncle Kempin, your pap, first day of first grade. They said bye. First grade because I got on the bus. Remember, I got driven to kindergarten.
That's right. Yeah, I was thinking that was.
Yep, I went to Hillcrest, and so I got on the bus, and all the girls on my street was like Cassie White. They were all like very like prissy, girly dance class, and I'm wearing my boys' overalls, my Harley Davidson T-shirt, and my Vans, and I'm getting on the bus, and I'm like,
flipping
bye, Uncle Scott, bye, Dad, I love you, and all the moms didn't talk to Grandma Rita for the rest of the school year. She was like, this is what I mean. I was like, it's fine. It's fine.
Poor Grandma.
Oh, Rita.
Yeah.
Wow.
In the history of Skooterville Coffee Talk, your cup of coffee is
the best coffee.
The best coffee in all of Skooterville.
We know that wasn't my doing. Brian gets his beans delivered from Chicago from this place that roasts them in bourbon barrels. I said, okay.
You know where we usually get our coffee at?
I'd like to
Giant Eagle, West Newton.
8 o'clock coffee. That's what I tried to drink. And he's like, you have no palate. That's what he said to me. I said, okay, sure. He has this thing.
He has a class.
Hey, listen. That's the worst part of him is he buys his coffee beans. Weird.
No,
he's doing just
great. That's a good thing about him. We scoring the best coffee.
The best coffee.
So anyway, I'd like to say in closing, thanks for letting us come to your pad.
Yeah.
To record. Thanks for the best coffee. And thanks for 35 years worth of
that's crazy.
Good stories, And now you saw Hudson on the video. He's the next 35 years of fun.
He is the next 35 years of fun. He is definitely fun.
And then everybody moves up a notch.
It's weird because like now that I'm like hosting Easter and like cooking the Christmas Eve with you, and we're like doing all these things. It's so funny because like you and I were the ones who would like stay in the living room and watch the movies while everybody did all the stuff. And everyone's like, "Where are they?" And we're watching Titanic in the spare bedroom. We're like minding our own business, and now you and I are in charge. And it's like, wait, who let the kids rule the show? Who let the kids rule the show? So you're right. It is all very Lion King circle of life that the kids are. The Lion King.
Something I noticed though. Your fingernails are matching your shirt.
I didn't mean to.
You did.
No, I didn't.
Up
Look, these are for Easter.
I was coming over.
No, I brushed my hair for you. Look, I put makeup on and my contacts.
I told Haley, I said she's going to put makeup on. She's going to at least put eye makeup on.